Hello everyone, my name is Jefferson. Welcome back to another FPL and football analysis video. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed the Champions League games. I hope you had good times with your friends and family members. Yeah, and for this video, I'm pumped up, and that's why I'm putting on this Barca jersey. Yes, we finally had one against Bayern. We finally beat them. Like, it was a very impressive victory. Not even during the times of Messi and Neymar, where we had one against them, I think in 2015 or so. This one was even more impressive, 4-1, and it was not a mediocre Bayern, but a top Bayern. Bayern at the top of their game, not a Bayern that is out of form or something. Two teams, very impressive. Before last night, Bayern had faced Bayern 15 times and we only won twice. We had only won twice in 15 games against Bayern. They always find a way to trash us, to destroy us, to ridicule us, to squeeze us. But we finally had one against them. And I think Vinicius also having a trick the night before sets the El Clasico up very perfectly well, because I mean, Rafinha hat-trick, Vinicius hat-trick, two Brazilians at the top of that game. Very impressive. I'm happy with my team. I'm happy with Barca. Yes, I'm a Barca fan, but I love the Premier League. So back to the video, back to FPL. And yes, I'm going to be discussing my Game Week 8 team. We will see how I performed. I'll also be discussing my Game Week 9 team, plans I tend on making. Yeah, transfer tips, strategy, predictions, all and all the good stuff. Yeah, so if you like the video, if you like the content, I would like you to give the content a like, give the video a perfect, like, just hit the subscribe button. Just don't take anything, just hit the subscribe button. Yeah, let's get on with the video. Okay, that was kind of a long intro, but yeah, we're in. So before I start, I would like to, I don't know, I was thinking of a new name for my video, or should I say, yeah, for the maybe for the page or something. I don't know. FPL and football analysis sounds too long, and I don't know. I want something more unique. I was thinking something along the lines of Jeffernalysis or Jeff's analysis, something with my name in it. Like, yeah, I'm just thinking of something along that line. So I don't know. So if you have an idea for me, or not an idea, or like a name suggestion, I would like to drop it in the comment section below. Yeah, so let's look at how the team performed. Overall points 529, game week points 31, old rank 28k, new rank 69k. Um, a very poor game week. Game week rank 7 million, very poor game week. And let's see how the players did. Sanchez 2 points, a fair game from him, and I think the penalty shout, should I say the the penalty section in the game where Curtis Jones ran towards Sanchez. I think the VAR and the referee had the call right. They did well, overturned the penalty. I think Sanchez just stood up to his ground, and yeah, 2 points, a fair game from the goalkeeper. I mean, I I was not expecting anything more than two, to be honest. So yeah, so long as he keeps his place in that Chelsea team, from a football perspective, I don't think he should keep his place. But from an FPL perspective, I'm happy he keeps his place because he's going to make lots of saves for the team. Yeah, let's move on to the defense. Yeah, so Saliba, Gabriel, the double Arsenal defense selection has not worked. Game week 6, I planned on bringing in one of Saliba or Gvardiol. Um, I just preferred the entry point of Saliba because, I mean, Saliba had Southampton, Leicester, and Bournemouth. While Vadio, I can't. Okay, I think he had Fulham. No, Newcastle away. Yeah, that was the first game. So it was that first game that put me off, and I mentioned that I preferred Newcastle. I just fancied Newcastle at home in that fixture, and it turned out well for Newcastle as well because they had the 1-1 draw. So I didn't see Man City winning that game or even keeping a clean sheet. So I preferred Saliba, but that's this transfer has just gone wrong. If I just wait for the other selection, I'll be more points. I down I am right now, even at a higher rank than where I am right now, because that's how many points swing is that? Minimum of 20, because I think Gvardiol had 9 before against Newcastle and they had 10 last. So a minimum of 20, so just 20 points I've lost with that transfer. That's so painful, but I cannot do anything about it. The points are gone. Let's see where are the next places to get the points from. I've also made a transfer. I'll be discussing that in the transfer section. The player I brought in, I had to make that transfer because he had a red card. I knew I was not going to play against Liverpool. There was no point keeping him in the team, and I didn't want to try to say price drop because funds are tight now. I cannot afford unnecessary price drop. So I made that transfer on Sunday night, and I'll be revealing who I brought in. Gabriel, 1 point. Yeah, I was not expecting anything because, like, from that point of the red card, I was expecting an Arsenal finish. And I think if you had all the games they've not had 11 men on the pitch, they've not won. So, and rightfully so, that they had 10 men. So, going forward, I'm still happy with Gabriel, even if Saliba is not going to be at the game at the Emirates this weekend. And I think it's just one game that is missing. So, and that's because it was not violent misconduct. So just one game is going to miss. So just Liverpool at home game. So he's going to be back after that game. So I'm happy with Gabriel. And like I said, I prefer him in the tougher games because when Arsenal needs a goal, they rely on set pieces and Gabriel is always a target. So I'm happy with him. Rico Lewis, 2 points. Man City didn't perform to their standards, but they showed why they were champions. They had a clutch win at the dead minute 2-1 with the Foden assist. Rico Lewis, I'm happy with him, and I'm definitely starting him, even if I'm not certain of his stats going forward. And I'll be discussing him in my transfer plans. Going to the midfield, Salah, mentioned severally why I felt you should keep Salah in your teams and not send him for Saka because I just fancied it without against that Chelsea defense. Salah was threatening again and again. Not even just the goal. Like everything outside the goal contributions was too good for the Chelsea defenders to handle. And he's playing at a very different level this season. His creativity is off the charts. I mean, not in terms of numbers, you will not really see the numbers for Salah in terms of creativity, but you see it replicating the actual assist that that is actually getting because he's always like goals and assists. He's always right there. He's always creating chances for his teammates, and he has this type of hybrid role that he's playing. He's dropping deeper. I don't know, kind of what Messi was doing, or should I say, started doing a few years ago. That's what I'm seeing from Salah, just dropping deeper, creating chances, and finding himself at the end of things as well. Brilliant asset to have, and I'm happy with both him and the next person I'll be mentioning, Palmer. These are two assets that every other manager they're looking for how to get. Is either they have one or the other. They don't have most managers don't have both. I'm happy I have both. While managers are looking for how to get to Palmer or Salah, I'm looking for how to improve the rest of my team. So I'm happy I have Palmer as well. He also had a good game. He had a couple of chances and he's always threatening. I think he's also up to 10.9 million right now. Also up to 10.9 million. So um he's just brilliant. Every time he's on the ball, it looks like scoring goals. And I fear if you don't have him, because even in these tougher games, he's still going to get chances. He's still going to create chances for his teammates as well. So I'm happy with Palmer, and he's going to be in my team unless he has an injury. So long as he doesn't have an injury, he's going to be my team till the end of the season. Umbomo, brilliant asset to own as well. This was just not a good week all round, as seen by the other FA managers. So all round, this was just not a good game week. So not good for him, but I'm happy Visa is back, and I think Visa is going to help Umbomo going forward because while Visa is there, Shadi is not the type of striker that Brentford needs, not a type of Tony or Visa profile, because you need that striker that can hold up defenders. So it's going to create chances for Mbomo as well. What I mean is that when it drops deep, Mbomo has chances to like run into that vacated space, and when he's holding up those defenders, he's going to run in. He's going to run in close and enter those spaces that Visa has created as well. So I'm happy with Mbomo going forward. He also has brilliant fixtures coming up. Smith Rowe, 1 point. I don't know what to make up for Smith Rowe because Fulham had the red card and it was a tough game as well. But this year has interesting pictures coming up. So I will not say I'm happy with him. And discussing in transfer section, if you want to let him go, I can see you can let him go. But for me, I'll be keeping him. I'll be discussing why. Rogers, very brilliant footballer. I think he has been the best Aston Villa player so far this season. Always when he's on the ball, he's always looking um for how to create chances for his teammates. And one attribute I love about Rogers is that his carrying technique is. I've not seen many players like ever carrying the ball the way Rogers carries it. He's physical on the ball as well. So if you are going to find it difficult to get the ball off him. Not like the likes of like Grealish. Like Grealish will hold up the ball, but the end product isn't really there. Rogers he has the end product and it's always um even when he finds himself into goal scoring opportunities, his ball striking is also brilliant as well. So I'm happy with him, and even the goal that I scored was kind of a jammy goal, a deflection, but that's what you get when you're a good player. Moving to the attack, Haaland, I captained him, and I mentioned how I wanted to captain Salah. I really wanted to captain Salah, but there was no I was going to give the amount to Salah. Well, Haaland had goals away. If Haaland scored in the previous game, maybe I would have really considered giving the amber to Salah. What I thought was that he had blanked in two consecutive games. There's no way he's blanking in the third, and the fixture as well. So I just had to give him the armband. There was no way he was blanking three consecutive games, but blank he did. He eventually blanked, and that's what we have seen from Alan against teams that are going to deploy maybe five at the back system. It's going to find it difficult to score goals because teams are going to sit really deep, compact, and they're not going to. I think in the past 3 games, Alan has not had a big chance. That's how terrible he has been as an asset. And 50.4 million is just too much for him. Before now, yes, he has had like a brilliant should I say beginnings of the season. Brilliant. 10 goals in his first 5 games. Brilliant. But I always thought that 15.4 million, try to get my words right out. That 15.4 million price tag on him was just too much. Okay, it was 15 million initially, but now 15.4, just too much for one asset. For you to be delivering at that value for 15.4 million that he is right now, for you to deliver at that value, you have to be at levels of who can I think of? Hell, I mentioned on 2012 Messi. You have to be that good. I mean, for it to be 15 million, you have to deliver nothing less than 320 points in a season. And people can say, what are you expecting? Like he's human and everything. He's 15 million. The other assets that are doing well, likes of even Bomo that is 7 million, is getting close to him. I'm just looking at value. It's not necessarily about the Alan profile the striker, the value of the striker as well for FPL reasons. I'm a value person. So I look at value as well. So it's not just about is Alan will score. I know he will score goals, but will he score enough goals to be worth 15 million is a question. I'll be discussing in the transfer section. Enough of that. DCL 5 shots in the game, but he blanked. And I mentioned that I was going to sell either one of who blanked between Smith Rowe Rogers and DCL, and two of them blanked, and I'm not so sure I'm going to sell either of them. I don't know. If I had, let me just make a switch. If I had Raul and Dwight McNeil, I'll probably be in the top 1K by now because both assets have been delivering, and that just shows that I've actually picked players from good teams, but I've just ended up on the wrong end of the players for some reason. Smith actually had the brilliant side, but the goal scoring has like dipped a bit this year. He actually scored. Yeah, I think he had like about 2 goals in his first 4. That's why I got him in. But in the last 4, he has not delivered. And that's what we said about Rogers. Rogers didn't deliver in his first 4, and now people are should I say interested in Rogers or love him for what he offers. And I don't know. Maybe this can be the week that this year eventually turns. What I love about this year is that he's having the chances. So hopefully he puts one at the back of the net eventually. So that's that for the review. That's 15 minutes on the review. That's a lot. So, well, let's get on to the sorry about that. Let's get on to the game week 9 tips. The transfer tips is also a section that I do on my Thursday video, and the first one I'm going to mention is that Alan is a hold. Yes, he has blanks in 3 consecutive games. And yes, I don't think it's worth his price tag. Yes, I don't think he's as good as an asset when De Bruyne or Rodri is not in the team. But you cannot sell him against literally the worst defense in the league. You cannot sell him against Southampton at home. Like people are considering taking him out. Some people have, like, should I say, a similar mind that I have, that is not worth his money. But this is not the way to make that transfer. So hold him for this game. Then you can reassess from 10. Start Gabriel through the tough fixtures. We saw that against Man City. We saw that against Spurs, where he delivered the 15 points all. And this game against Liverpool, I could easily, I mean, historically, has always been a high scoring fixture. I think this is the highest scoring fixture in this show of the Premier League. I think, yeah, Arsenal Liverpool. But this game week might not be high scoring. Why I'm thinking so is that Arsenal has lots of injuries, and they've not actually been that impressive going forward in recent games. So I'm never seeing where the goals are going to come from. Hence, I think Arteta would set up more defensively, because if he goes for it against Liverpool, I think Liverpool will have a field day against Arsenal. So I think he would want to, like, shrub the back a bit, because he has lost Saliba as well. So going forward, and the 50-50 on Saka, especially if Saka is not going to be on the pitch, it's going to be very defensive. So, and even Liverpool has looked good going forward as well, but they are not actually hitting the heights for goal scoring. When you look at the games they've had so far, I don't think they've scored more than 30 goals at any fixture this season. I don't think they've had more than 30 goals at any point this season. So that shows that Liverpool as well, they look more towards control rather than should I say, expressing themselves like we'll see in during the club era, attacking crosses and crosses and crosses, creating chances and stuff like. Not like they don't create chances, not like they don't do those things, but it's not at that level of club. And what we saw during the club era is that they conceded more goals, but Liverpool is keeping more clean sheets. And uh, people will say they've not been tested. Yes, they've not been tested, but for you to have kept this number of clean sheets so far this season. Even against Leipzig, they kept the clean sheets last night. So I think they are right up there. And this match should just show how good they are. So if they keep a clean sheet, which is very, very, very unlikely against Arsenal, but let's say they do, you have a picture of how good they are. But if they don't, and maybe they have a 1-1 game against Arsenal, that shows that they are still good defensively. So I think the Arsenal that we saw last season that were good defensively, I think Liverpool is a team that's taking up that mantle this season. If you can get to Kopama, you should get him right now. What I'm saying so is that I love this fixture against Newcastle, and he's going to keep on rising in price. And I don't think many things are set up to accommodate two or more price rises from Kopama between now and Game 12, which is the actual fixture swing for Kopama. And teams are finding it difficult to get to Kopama. So if you have an easy route to him, get him now, because if he scores against Newcastle, if he scores this game week, whether people have him or not, they'll rip their teams apart to get Kopama because of his price tag. They'll rip their teams apart. So if you have an easy access to him, just get him right now. This CL and Smith, they are hard keeps, and if you want to sell them, if you fancy selling them, I will not say you should not sell them, because right, I won't because rightfully so, they've not performed to the level, and there are other cheaper assets doing well. For the fourth position, we have the likes of Jeffernalysis. Wolves, they have interesting features coming up. Raul Jimenez, Chris Wood. There's one other forward that I think with Danny Welbeck, but Welbeck is injured for now. So there are other cheaper forwards doing well, and these forwards, or should I say, these assets are not delivering. So if you want to sell them, I will not say you should not sell them. You can sell them, but for Chris Wood, I think you've missed the boat. He still has good fixtures in the short term, but I think Chris Wood could easily be transferred in and out because of the fixture swing in about 13. And Forest fixtures down for the worst around that period. So I think they transfer him and out. For the way I play, I'm going to use my the way I play for as a standpoint. So I think they transfer him and out. So and for other assets, if you want to get to Sean Larson, you can do it. So I'll not say so for someone like this, it could be sold for Sean Larson, but if you can get maybe a third spot like an upgrade Sean Larson, that's fine. But for me, for the transfers that I intend on making, I'm going to be keeping this year and Smith Rowe. Phil Foden should be monitored. I, I'm not sure you should be bringing him in right now because I'm not sure of his minutes. If you have him currently, of course you should keep him. But if you don't have him, I think he should be monitored because teams are finding, should I say, it's not easy for you to like mark Aland completely out of the game because yeah, we've seen it in three consecutive games, but all we know that about Aland so far is that since he joined the Premier League is that he only needs a sniff of a chance. Once he gets that sniff of a chance, he can score goals. So he's going to score goals and going to have chances. But for teams that set up in the five at the back, should I say, five at the back defensive setup that was seen in previous games, they know how to sort Alan out. Now, if those teams are sorting Alan out, who's going to get on the end of things? It's going to be Phil Foden. Because Phil Foden, what we saw that last season, when Alan isn't performing well, he relies on those outside, should I say, outside shots, those long rangers and those I don't need to remind you the type of goals that Foden scored. So I think he should be monitored. Just keep an eye on him, and I think it's going to even in the tougher games, it's still going to be a good buy. Just keep an eye on him. Ganacho and Dalo are good buys. I think Manu they are going to play tonight. This video is coming out before the games tonight in the Europa League, so I think should watch out for maybe injuries and stuff like that. But yeah, he has had about 90 minutes in the last four games, so I think he's fit now. I think Tena wanted to like ease him in before, but now I think he's fit and he's good to go. If you're struggling with like maybe Smith Rowe, I think Garnacho is a good upgrade to Smith Rowe. I'm not sure how good of an upgrade he is because I'm not still sure if he's completely nailed. No one knows for sure. But from what we've seen in previous games, we can like predict that he's nailed to an extent. And I think his man is the best attacker as well. So Garnacho is a good buy. And Dalo, Manu, they've kept they have had I think the joint most clean sheets this season. Yeah, in the Premier League. So and out of all the defenders, Dalo is the most attacking. So if you need a defender, I think Dalo is a good buy going forward. Okay, I mentioned that you missed the boat on Chris Wood. I'm not saying you should not buy him now, but just look at it that if you buy him now, it's someone that you'll be looking to sell in the upcoming game weeks. It could be if you add him before, of course you can even hold him through those the initial part of those tough games. But the way I play, I'm seeing two transfers, and transfers are precious for us at this stage of the season. And I just think you've missed a boat. I love longer term fixtures. Spurs assets. I think Spurs they have interesting fixtures coming up. I think they have Crystal Palace away. Yes, Crystal Palace away. Aston Villa at home. We're not certain if they're going to win that game, but what we are certain of is goals. Spurs will always assure you of goals. So I think they are good buys as well. And I think in the third game coming up, that's Ipswich at home. Some could be an interesting captaincy option as well. So for the assets that I think you should be getting in your team, Son, Shanaka, and Johnson, depending on the positions that you need and the should I say, amount of money you have. I still think Son should be your number one target if you can get to him. I think should be your number one target. And Solanke, I will not be buying Solanke right now because in the first two games after his injury, I think he generated about two or more. He had the most XG. I think I remember during that short spell. But in the last two games, we've seen him dropping deeper, and that's why Son and Johnson and Madison and the likes they be scoring goals because once Solanke drops deeper, Madison and who's the other guy, Kulusevski, they have the opportunity to run in that, just like what you saw in Man City many years ago when they were playing the first line system. And the two wingers also, they could also like convert as inverted wingers. So this will create lots of chances for the two wingers and the two number 10s, and they will score lots of goals once Solanke is not in that forward spot. So I'm not sure of the Spurs assets to buy because there is a widespread of output. All of them are scoring goals, and for FPL, you want the person who is, should I say, the main target in your teams, or should I say for that particular team? I mean, you want the talisman for those teams, and I cannot say who the talisman is right now. Son is the main player, of course, but he's just returning from injury, so we don't know how Ange intends to manage him. We don't know, and I just if you want a sports asset and if you can accommodate it, give it a game or two, see if Solanke gets back to that poacher position. Because if he gets back to that position, I think he's the best asset, even ahead of Son. If you can get to that number 9 position, because what we've seen since the beginning of the season is that they create chances for the number 9, but Solanke has not been arriving at that spot, and that's how that chance assets are collecting those goals. So give it a game or two. Let's see whether and changes things again. Let's see whether Solanke gets to that should I say, forward spot more often than not. And if it does, it will be an Jesse transfer in. But if you cannot wait, Johnson and Son are also good buys. When I say good buys, like transfer ins. Transfers in. Let me get my words right. Also right. Transfers in. Yeah. The last points here. Monitor Wolves as a this game we can buy from game 10. The fixtures turn from now, but I don't think Brighton is the game to bring them in. So why I say you should monitor them, of course, regardless, it may sound like Itnuri is a good buy, but not even this game. It's a good buy for game 10. But people are confused about who to get between Strand Larsen and Cunha. And I think Cunha is a better footballer, but he has 1 million on Sean Larson, and that 1 million could be important for should I say other areas that you would want to make transfers. That 1 million could be important, and he's a forward playing as a winger and sometimes as a 10. Like he plays like a free roll system, and I don't like that in FPL. I just don't like the only way you're a forward and you can be that good is if you are like maybe a Messi. Like you have if you are going to do all those like walk around, you have to still end up being the one scoring all of the goals. And Sean Larson is a proper number 9, a traditional number 9, and orthodox number 9, and both of them have similar amounts of minutes. His data isn't as good as um Cunha, so I think you should just use this game week to assess them, see whether Cunha gets in that forward spot. Maybe they play both of them together in a maybe 3-5-2 system. I don't know. So just use this game to monitor them and see who performs good. So this could be a good audition against Brighton. This is a part of the video I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to be reviewing the previous, should I say, game predictions, and we've seen how we did with our predictions. I think I nailed the exact scoreline for Liverpool Chelsea. Those one other one. Okay, Nottingham Forest Palace. I nailed that as well as Man U Brentford. So I nailed the exact scoreline. Those three teams gave me the exact score prediction that I did. But other teams actually did well, regardless of the prediction. Like Spurs 3-1. I mean, if you take away the own goal, they had a 3-1 game. So maybe I even got that right as well. Newcastle Brighton 2-1. They didn't do well, but that's it. Ipswich Everton. Actually, thought Everton was going to win the game, but I just felt Ipswich at home they could make the game difficult, but they didn't. So that I give it a 1-1 draw. Fulham via I fancied Fulham to have it not just make a draw because they had they've been good this season. I love the way they performed against Man City in the previous game. So that I gave it a 2-2 prediction. But they even had a red card, and I think Villa were just better all round. Let's start 2-1. They actually won the game, but they had to come back from 2-0 to beat them 3-2. Arsenal, the 2-0 prediction went the other way. And I think if Arsenal had 11 men on the pitch, they would have had that exact scoreline because I didn't see that as a high scoring game. City 4-1, Liverpool, like I said, Liverpool Chelsea, I nailed those two predictions. So I don't want to dwell much on this. I just want to show people what I did in the previous game week. And yeah, let's see what I have for game week 9. For game week 9, Leicester, Nottingham Forest, the first game for the game week. That's Friday. We're going to have an early deadline Leicester Forest. I don't fancy a 1-1 draw. Um, Forest is not going to score lots of goals this season, but they will also not concede lots. And I don't fancy teams going away to Leicester. I think Leicester at home they will cause problems. Vardy, Boanote, they have attacking players that can do well. So 1-1. Via Bournemouth, via that those one of the form teams. In fact, in Europe, can I say that? Not like that the best teams, but like the most informed teams because they are even top of the Champions League table. So I think they are right there. So and their home is a difficult place to go, regardless of who you are. And Bournemouth, they have not been impressive away from home. So, but they can make a goal. Yeah. So I just fancy a 3-1 win for Villa. Um, where do I say Villa? Is it Villa or Villa? Someone could just help me out in the comment section, the outro pronunciation. I think Villa is a Spanish word, so I think Villa. Yeah, I think Villa should be the pronunciation. Brentford Ipswich. With Visa back, Ipswich has no chance. Brentford at home at the GTEC Community Stadium. Like, if they have no chance. And even if football goes either way, I will say this one, they have no chance. Visa is back. This is going to be a 3-1 win for Brentford. Brighton Wolves. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to use this game as an audition for Wolves, I said, to see how good they are. But Brighton, that if force, they're a force this season, and this could also be the last, should I say, pain that Wolves could suffer before their interesting run of games. So, 2-1 Brighton. City, Southampton, 4-0. Southampton, they would, I don't think they're going to change their tactics. They were abysmal against Leicester. Even, even right, even as at that 2-0 lead, I didn't think they were even the better team, even at that point. And Leicester came back in the game. And if Leicester is coming back to beat you in your own home, what are you going to do away to City at the Etihad? And I know football is not played on paper and things cannot go the other way, but not in this match. City 4-1. This could be 4-0. This could even be a 5-0, 6-0. But City, for once in your life, keep a clean sheet. That's what fans are asking for once in your life. They are not going to keep a clean sheet against Southampton. They're not keep a clean sheet against anybody. So just keep a clean sheet. 4-0 City. Everton Fulham. Everton, they're in form, and I think they've not lost in their past 3 to 4 games. They were tragic in the first 4 games in the season, but they've turned it around quite well. And Bradford is also back. Their defense have been reinforced, and the Goodson Park, I don't know, everywhere is going to be up and firing. Fulham also they had a red card. Anderson is going to miss the game, so their defense is not going to be as strong. Everton someone they could just have enough to doesn't make a goal, but I still fancy Everton for the win. Chelsea 2-0. This could have been a 2-1 prediction, but Newcastle has only kept a clean sheet a maximum of 3 times since the beginning of last season away from home. Yeah. So away from home, Newcastle has had a maximum of 3 clean sheets since the beginning of last season, and I don't see things changing in this game in this fixture. Chelsea will be too good for them, even with the midfield of Joelinton, Bruno, and Tonali. If the fixture was the other way around, if it was at St. James Park, I would have fancied Newcastle for the win. But Chelsea at home, can Newcastle make a goal? Yes, they can, but I didn't like their performance against. Like they performed well against Brighton, but the fact that they didn't score, I think there's something needs to be looked at by Eddie Howe. And yeah, 2-0 Chelsea. Spurs 2-0. I feel this could be a high scoring, but Palace have found a way to keep. Even if they've not gotten a win so far this season, they're not even going to get a win against Spurs. But they found a way to keep scoring the scoreline low even when they lose. So and they've not scored. I think they've only scored once in the last 4 games. So and Spurs' defensive data has been quite good this season. If Mateta is back on the pitch and starts, maybe they could make a goal or something. But I fancy Spurs for the win 2-0. West Ham, Man U 3-1 West Ham. Sorry, 3-1 Man U. They are going to miss Kudus and they are tragic. Lopetegui needs to be sacked. You cannot have that set of attacking players and not perform even against what we even saw from West Ham in last seasons is that even in the tougher games they still give the big teams problems. Even if they don't win the games, like you will see that they are that good. But no, Lopetegui can't be this bad with you have Bowen, you have Kudus, you have Antonio, you have and I think that midfield is not physical enough for the Premier League. You have Suchek and Alvarez, and I think there's one other Rodriguez that they use. Those that combination, they're not physical enough for the Premier League. And even if Man U has not been impressive so far this season, they have a good record against West Ham. So even with that win, I think that win against Brentford should just give them a bit of confidence heading into the London Stadium, and they should not have been enough for a win. 3-1 Man U. Arsenal, Liverpool. Like I said, historically, this is a high scoring fixture, but I just don't think this one would be. For some reason, I just don't think this one would be high scoring. This is the highest scoring fixture in the Premier League history. But I don't know where the goals are going to come from. That's also why I'm going to give this match a 1-1. I don't know who's going to score the goals. If Saka is fit enough to start, maybe there's a chance the game becomes high scoring. But I don't think Arteta would want to risk like open himself up to attack even at the Emirates. So there'll be more defensive. I'm not seeing any clean sheets as well. So this could be a draw, maybe 1-1. If it's going to be high scoring 2-2, I cannot. This is a very tough game to call. I cannot point out who is going to win the game. I cannot point it out because even if Liverpool has been the better team overall this season, they've had easier fixtures, and Arsenal has had tougher fixtures. And the games that Arsenal have not won were due to 10 men. All the games they've not won this season because they are 10 men. All the games they've had 11 men on the pitch, they've won. So if they have 11 men on the pitch against Liverpool, maybe they could even win the game 2-1. So yeah, that's with the prediction, and this is how the team looks like for game week 9. Tarkowski is a player I transferred in for Saliba, and that's because I still love Everton's fixture. I just fancied Everton's defense from the start of the season. I started the season with Pickford. I saw them on wild card, Prosim Mikolenko. Mikolenko got injured. I sold him, and they've actually kept clean sheets now. And I'm back again with the Everton defense. I would have bought Mikolenko at 70.5, but he is not the fittest of players. When I say fit, he always finds a way to have injuries, maybe maybe a knock or something, and he misses the odd game. And while other players, or should I say other managers, will have Mikolenko, I will be tempted to bench him. I don't want to be benching an Everton player when they have good fixtures. So I want to be starting them, and I would like fancy starting them if I have Tarkowski. Like I would want to be starting Tarkowski rather than Mikolenko. If I have Mikolenko, I'll be looking at if 4.3 million I said I don't want to be starting him, but 4.8 gives me enough reasons to start him. So that's that for now. I want to be discussing my transfer plans going forward, and let me just let me just show you what I intend to be doing with my team for the upcoming game weeks. Um, okay, we're in. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. So I have a long-term view of selling Aland to accommodate as many premiums as I can. And I've already made all the transfers, so I don't want to be boring guys with the transfers. So I've already made all the transfers in this website. This FPL.team is completely free. You can check it out. You can use it to make long-term transfer plans, and I love doing long-term transfer plans. Even if those transfers don't go according to plan, it's when I make should I say future transfers, it informs me even when I want to, even if maybe a player gets injured, it gives me should I say a more strategic way of making those transfers. So I love making long-term transfer plans. So this is game week 9. Saliba out for Tarkowski. Now there are two ways I could go. I could sell Smith Rowe If I sell Smith Rowe, I would either buy Brennan Johnson, or I buy what's the other guy? Garnacho. Yeah, Brennan Johnson or Garnacho. What is putting me off from those two transfers is that those two transfers means that I keep Haaland, and I don't want to keep Haaland because why I don't want to keep Haaland is because if I have him in my team, I'm always tempted to give him the armband. And what I've seen in previous games is that he's by no means a permanent captain. Permanently captaining Haaland is not the way to go this season. And I think selling Haaland will give me a huge upside and a huge differential, should I say, move against the FPL, should I say, landscape or the FPL populace. It will give me a huge differential move because every game week I will have more, should I say, more premium assets, and there will be more assets I can captain. If Alan Once I take Alan out of the picture, like everywhere becomes clear. I can see Palmer to captain, I can see Salah to captain, and some other assets that I'll be bringing in very soon. So that is why I'm making this long view transfer plan. So this is game week 9. I don't want to make, like I said, I don't want to sell Smith Rowe because if you look at his fixtures, you see us Everton, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and Wolves, and creating a narrative in my head to keep him. So that's why I'm going to be keeping him in the team. And Cavalier, these are those two good of fixtures to turn down. Even if he blanks against Fulham, I'm going to look at Southampton away. I'm not going to sell him. If he blanks there, I'm going to look at West Ham away. I'm not going to sell him. If he blanks there, I'm going to look at Brentford at home. I'm not going to sell him. But they're good fixtures. I'm not going to write it out with um this year. I've already made up my mind on that. So when we move to game week 10, the transfer that will be made is Rico Lewis out to Itinori. So this is how the team would look for game week 10. The team looks good, brilliant fixtures all around. Rogers, and I love the fact that I have Rogers in my team because while other managers will be benching him because of his price tag, we saw that with Palmer last season. Many people, should I say, managers were benching Palmer because of his price tag. But if Rogers was like a 6 million, 7 million, I said no one will be benching him. So I love to have Palmer in the team, and you'll be seeing these interesting transfers that I have in mind. And now, another reason why I intend on selling Haaland is because while Haaland is 15 million, the other assets needs to be performing, and the other assets are not even performing. And Haaland himself is not performing, so why not just spread the money around? So that's why I'm making a transfer plan. Come to game week 11, I would make two transfers. Like you can see on the screen, Joe would go out for Dominic. This would give me an is it an okay a Spurs cover. Now I'm just hoping now all of these transfer plans is in view of these players coming to the fold as at that point in time. I don't know if you understand. These players coming to the fold as at that point in time. I think if Sri Lanka gets back to that to the Sri Lanka that we know, if he gets back to that position, it would be a better asset than Son. Even if it will be a better asset than Son, and that's why I intend to bring him in. Now, Arnold will go out in game week 11 and with Joe for Sri Lanka and Kunya. Alan has Brighton away in this game, and he's going to be a good captaincy option. But I have Salah, and I can captain Salah against Via. It's a good fixture, and I think this can come back to bite me. But Kunya has what Southampton at home in that fixture, and Fulham away, Brighton at home, Everton away, West Ham away, Ipswich at home, and Leicester away. Brilliant fixtures for them to come back into the form. So that's why I'm bringing in Cunha. And this could easily be Jeffernalysis, just depending on whoever it is that comes into the fold at that point in time. So those will be the two transfers for game 11. Come game 12. Okay, let me just go back to game 11. I would have had 7.2 million in the bank. By game 12, I land on Saka. I'm going to sell Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe has Wolves at home, which is a good fixture, but I prefer Saka because I need to cover up that alarm spot immediately. I need to cover up that alarm spot immediately with a third premium. And these are Arsenal's fixtures from game 12. Forest at home, West Ham away, Man U at home, Fulham away. There's no fixture here that I'm worried about. These are brilliant fixtures for Saka, and that's why I intend on bringing him in for this fixture run from game week 12. So this is how the team will look And even with Alan out of the picture, Southampton at away for Salah, an interesting captaincy option. And I have Palmer away to Leicester. Come game week 13, I know this is too long. All of the transfer plans could backfire, I know, but I love doing this. Um, I'm going to get Calvert Lewin out of the picture by this time because our fixture run ends here. This is an Everton player. You can see the fixtures, they just turn so horribly bad from here. But I'm still going to keep the defense because I don't want to take any hits for any player whatsoever in a season where we can keep up to 5 transfers. So this will be the transfer. I'm going to bring in João Pedro. If Welbeck is back fit by this point, this will be Welbeck. Because I just think João Pedro, even as a forward, is going to be like Cunha. He's going to be like doing the hard work, roaming out all about, and Welbeck is the out and out number 9 for Brighton. So if Welbeck is back, it could be Welbeck. I have the transfers, or should I say the funds to make that transfer. So this is how the team would look for game 13. And for captaincy, like I said, I will not have any issue with captaincy once I sell Haaland. There's going to be a player that I can captain. This is Saka, West Ham away. Salah plays against Liverpool. So Haaland has Liverpool away, a tough fixture. Palmer at home to Aston Villa. No one's captain. Even if I don't captain Saka against West, I can captain Mbom against Leicester. In fact, Mbom could even be a better captaincy option. And if Solanke is in form by this time, it could be Solanke. So there's always an option. That's why I'm fancying selling Haaland. There's always going to be an option. Haaland cannot be a permanent captain with the way he's playing this season. Come game 14. By this time, I would have had about 3 fixtures without him. Not even 3 fixtures, about 2 fixtures without Man City cover, which is a lot. So by this time, I just hope Foden is back into the fold by this point in the season. Because once you get to game week, what's this 14? Look at Man City's fixtures. Forest at home, Aston Villa, Palace away, Man U at home, Aston Villa away, and it even gets better from 18. This is actually the better fixture run for City. So I love having a City asset from game 14. Now, what does this give me? Saka, Salah, Palmer, Foden, 4 premiums. How many premiums I get to have if Haaland is in your team? This is going to give me 4 premium assets. And even a Spurs cover as well. Of course, this Saka and Solanke position could be Son and average, just depending on who is in. Like I said, it just depends on who is in form as that. Like I have an option at any point in time. So I love that this selling Haaland keeps me flexible. I could sell several players, and also another reason why I love this as well is that Cunha and Rogers, I could rotate them. I can be benching them as I during the tougher games. When I go back to game 13, I'm benching Rogers against Chelsea. I think there's a previous game I forgot to show you guys. Yes, I'm benching Rogers against Liverpool. I will not want to start him. So I will always have um I always have a reason to bench a player because of a tougher game and start a player because of an easier game. Of course, football is not always played on paper, but when the only reason why you're going to make a decision because that it looks good on paper. You understand? So come game 15, I'm going to bench Cunha away to West Ham and start João Pedro away to Leicester. And you can see again, I have an interesting captaincy option. I'm not worried about captaincy, and I'm going to sell Tarkowski as at this point. Like I showed you the Everton's fixture, I'm going to sell Tarkowski. I'm bringing Konate. Like I said, I think Liverpool's defense are that good, and they're a defense that I should have. And I think the optimal defensive options we're going to get this season would be an Arsenal defender, Liverpool defender, and a City defender or a United defender. Because those are the 3 best defensive assets that one could have. And I like Konate because Trent is not offering the attacking should I say, ability that we're seeing, or should I say we have seen in previous seasons. We're not seeing that this season. So I prefer Konate, and you can see the fixtures for Liverpool from 15 green fixtures up till game 26. So there will be lots of clinches up for grabs, and of course there could be injuries. I know you're going to say, why am I planning this far ahead? D- Give me give myself this transfer plan keeps me open to flexible options that I could do, even despite injuries. So, like I said, I will always have a captaincy option in every given game week. And if for some reason Anand comes back into the fold or something, I'll just make two transfers. You can have them all. I will just have to take out one premium, and I don't think I will ever do that. I just love having not having Anand. It gives me an interesting captaincy option. While every other person is going to be permanently captaining Alan. Alan is not going to score every single game week. I'm going to have defense option every game week. Game week 16, this is how the team looks. I can captain anybody. I repeat, anybody. Saka at home to Everton, Salah at home to Fulham, Palmer at home to Brentford, Foden at home to Man U, and Solanke away to Southampton. Another reason why I love this strategy is that I'm going to have the best about the best players from every team, or should I say every big team. So when you think of the big, or should I say the big six or the big five or whatever, Arsenal have their best player, Liverpool have their best player, Chelsea have their best player. For Spurs and Man U, I have the second best, or should I say for Spurs and City rather, I have the second best player. You cannot have them all. So if you're not going to have the best player in some points, in some aspect, you can have the second best player, which is a good enough cover. So I think I have all threats covered this way. So this is game week 16. Come game week 17, I'm going to bank in another transfer. I also have an interesting captaincy option again by game week 17, and I'm benching Rogers in a tough game. Game week 18, this is the game week I'm looking at. This is the big game week. I'm going to sell it Nuri and Konya. That fixtures turn. Let us take it back the previous game. So you will just see how the fixtures turn from here. That fixtures turn for the worst from here. So game week 18. I'm not going to give it my triple captain in game week 9 because Alan is not informed yet. Even if he gets a hat trick or scores 4 goals, I'm happy just captaining him. But look at game week 18. This is an interesting game week to a triple captain. You have Saka at home to Ipswich. I don't think I'm ever going to give the triple captain on Saka, however, because um like he has the ability of us, like, but I don't always trust him to deliver those balls consistently. But this is an interesting fixture regardless. Salah at home to Leicester, Palmer at home to Fulham, Foden at home to Everton. Home fixtures galore. Brentford at home to I say Brentford at home. Brighton, João Pedro at home to Brentford rather. Forgive me for the way I'm rambling, but when you look at the defense as well, you have like the fixtures are just too good. Of course, could be the game where everything goes wrong because when everything looks good on paper, the flip oftentimes happen. It's football. Football is not played on paper. Football is played on the football pitch. So, but this is how the team looks by this point, and Gvardiol comes back to the fold. So now I have an attacking option from Arsenal and a defensive option. Liverpool attack defense, City attack defense, Chelsea attack defense. Like the team does look so strong. I'm not worried about one particular player whatsoever, and I have players all capable of delivering huge goals. So this is my long view transfer plan for the season, and yeah, this is one of the longest videos I've ever made, but that's because I have to chunk in FPL, football analysis, everything, and so on and so forth. And thank you for watching the video. This, I don't know, there's just a lot. There's just a lot to say. There's always going to be a lot to discuss, and that's why I'm doing this video. And that's why I only do this video once a week. I don't have the should I say the avenue to do this video for, should I say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, I don't have that leisure. But the one chance I have to get a video, I have to combine all of my thoughts that I've gathered all through the week and from last week as well. I only have one chance of doing these videos in a week, so I have to combine all of my thoughts. And I hope if this content is valuable enough for you. I think it is. I think it is. I'm trying my best to give as much insight as I can. So thank you guys for watching. If you love the video, if you love the content, give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys again next week. Thank you.